BCUSU 2018 elections here at the Sequel Building at City South. Well, now I'm going to be joined by the four candidates who are in the running to be the next Vice President Student Development Officer. So from left to right, we've got Leon Rendell, Ivona Hajiska, Benita Sampson, and Sadiqa Chowdhury. Apologies are sent by Krishna Kaveshi, who unfortunately is unable to attend today. Well, you know the format then. The four candidates have a minute to pitch themselves about their manifesto, and any questions that come in from our studio audience or on our social media will be answered by them. So we're going to start off then with Leon. You've got 60 seconds, and I can get this thing to start. Need to get a stopwatch, I think, from somewhere in future. Okay, Leon, so if you'd like to start your 60 seconds to pitch your manifesto from now.
Hello, I'm Leon Rendell, and I'm running for VP Student Development. So the reason I'm doing this is because I want to include my beliefs into the university. I firmly believe that by working together with the team that is going to be part of the uni, and it's going to be part of the uni, that we will be able to improve the student union and also help students get involved with each and every activity that happens in the uni. Events will be included for everyone, and we'll just have a lot of fun working together. Though I'm trying to create a friendly communal space for everyone to join and have fun in, the main issue we have, in fact, is getting people involved, and that's something I've been working on through the uni in my roles within the university itself.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Leon. And over to yourself then, Ivona.
Should I start?
Oh, well, well, whenever you're ready. Your 60 seconds will start whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hi, my name is Ivona, and I'm running for Vice President Student Development. Why I think you should vote for me is because I have seen how people grow. I have experienced it myself, how challenging it could be to develop as a volunteer in the International Orientation Week until being the current BCU Active Sports Coordinator. I've seen many difficulties in actually forming a community and sustaining it, and I'd like to offer this support to students so that they could get involved in all of the activities that the Students' Unions offer and all of the opportunities that are all around you. I know it could be scary, I know it could be difficult to actually get involved, but I'm an international student and I managed to get involved. I became the founder of the first volleyball team in university, the first Bulgarian society in university, and I'm telling you, it's so worth it, just because you grow. And university is not only about getting a degree, it's about everything else you do. It's what's shaping you as a person, and I would like to support you to do that, increase your employability, life skills, and make you enjoy your time here.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Ivona. And over to yourself then, Benita, when you're ready.
Hi, I'm Benita Sampson. I believe that everyone, a BCU student, should enjoy their time, no matter how short it is, whether you're a master's student, or postgraduate student, or undergraduate student. And as your student development officer, I will work towards helping you grow, make connections through cooperating with societies, and I will help you improve your overall campus experience, help you move towards a better you, help you move towards a you who employers will want to pick over others. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Benita. And over to Sadiqa.
Hi, I'm Sadiqa, and I'd like to be the Student Development Officer because I want to help improve employability, and I want to improve this. Oh, sorry, I'm going to fall off the chair.
You okay there?
Yeah. I'm going to improve the social interactions between societies and sports teams, and basically just help improve everything that will make a better student experience throughout university.
That's brilliant. Thanks very much, Sadiqa. Okay then, right, well, we've had our first tweet that's come in for the four candidates from Harriet Frayling. It says, how will you increase opportunities and inclusion in societies for disabled students? We'll start off then with Leon.
That's a very good question. See, societies have to work with students to help them accommodate their needs. So my role would try and incorporate that. So if you wanted to join a society, you would come to me, ask, and say, I want to join X society, and this is the issues that I have with it. And I would look into what can be done to include you in those societies and see if what can be done with the society itself to help move you in, to help you join and engage with that society.
Okay, and we'll keep the same order as before. Ivona.
As a BCU active coordinator, I've had the problem to actually engage disabled students because they would not know whether our sessions are inclusive, but we actually have been trying to do that, to include absolutely everyone. I've been trained to deliver volleyball sessions to disabled students, but it seems like they're simply unaware of the opportunity to do that. I know that it could be actually difficult, and they think that probably there is not much we could help and we could offer, but it's not like that. Actually, university is really, really inclusive place, and the Students' Union is trying to give the fair chance to absolutely everybody to get involved in societies and sports teams. I believe that we simply need to be reliable and show the students that they could count on us. That's what I would like to do as a Vice President Development. I would like to show students that I am there always whenever they need help to join a society, to join a sports team. Since BCU Active is ending in March, I'd like to keep this opportunity for next year. I'd like to have sports teams offering their development and social session to open to anyone, no matter the problems or their values or whatever, their skills, everything. I would like the sessions to be inclusive and open. Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you for that one. And on to yourself, Benita.
As your BCU Student Development Officer, I will work personally with the disabled officer to make reasonable adjustments for you, for your comfort, for your enjoyment, so you will know what we have for you, what we can do to make you feel comfortable, make you feel proud enough to join the society, proud enough to want to belong into this community that we are in. I will work with the disabled officer to make you, to spread awareness of the societies we have, of the activities that are presented to you with, by BCU Active, by the societies. And to make it, to the reasonable adjustments that will be made, we will go as a law student. It will go according to what the Equalities Act. It will go according to what is there for you by what has been presented to you by the Parliament, by the courts, by your representatives in the government to help you feel comfortable, help your rights not to be breached by them. Will make you feel like you are part of, like I said, a part of this family, a part of this community that we are in. It won't be any different for you as it is for everyone else. Thank you.
Thanks, Benita. And over to yourself as well then, Sadiqa.
So I think that there actually are loads of ways that disabled students can get involved in societies and sports teams, but there's a lot of, there isn't enough information about it. So I think I'd have to look into getting the information out there a bit more, and then making people aware of how they can get involved and what adjustments would needed to be made for them to take part in activities or and things like that. Because I know, for example, if there's a disabled student who wanted to take part in hockey, then it would be simply could be a case of talking to the coach or getting someone with the experience of working with a disabled, depending on the disabilities, but working with them and someone from outside coming in and running different sessions as well. So it's just things like that.
That's fantastic. Well, we've had a tweet that's come in now from Kathy Zoe Byra. It says, "What will you do different from the current officers moving forward?" If we may continue with yourself, Sadiqa, on that one.
Okay. Well, I feel like there's been a couple of issues this year with the current officers where they haven't been as transparent as they can be, or they haven't been fulfilling different parts of, what they said they were going to campaign with last year. But I feel like what I'd be doing differently is trying to be as transparent as possible with everything that I do, and try and stick to the manifesto points that I've said that I want to achieve, and build on everything as well.
Thank you very much. And yourself, Benita? Work our way back to ourselves now.
I will, as your VP Student Development, I will open my doors to you. My email will be open to you. My office will be open to you. If you see me walking, you could stop me and you could question me. You could ask me why my manifesto I haven't fulfilled something in my manifesto. You could talk to me, and I will give you answers, and I will tell you why this has been done, how I'm carrying it out. It will be me and you, not me and not just you doing it on your own. It would just be me and you together. We will solve the issue together. I will be open to, we have a scrutiny panel. I will be open to go to the scrutiny panel if it is requested of me, and I will answer their questions, and I will perform what has been recommended by them. Thank you.
Thank you, Benita. And yourself, Ivona?
I wouldn't say what I would do differently, but I would say what I would add on to what the current officers are doing. I would like to make sure that students are aware of what's happening around them, because for real, there are loads of opportunities, but either you're not aware of them or simply you don't know what they give you. So I'd like to make sure that every student is aware of what they benefit from every single opportunity that is around campus. And I'd like them to know what the Students' Union can offer to help and support them. I agree for transparency. I think that this is a really important thing. So I'd like to be as transparent as possible so that students know the progress of my work. And I'll be open to any ideas, and I'll try my best to help you succeed, to help you fulfill your dreams, ideas, whatever it is on your plate at the moment. And also, I'd like to make sure that the events are happening around university is actually the times that are most comfortable for most students. So do my research. I'll try to make sure that everybody is engaged. Because as we said, it's not just the city center campuses, it's also the smaller campuses, the South Campus, the North Campus. We have so many campuses, and I'd like everybody to be involved. So I'll just try to promote every single thing that's happening around to reach everyone.
Fantastic. And finally on to yourself, Leon.
So I think that the current officers have done generally a marvellous job. I think Natalie Chan has done a very good job at maintaining her current pledges. One such pledge was to improve the employability and the overall funding and sponsorship of societies, and I think that's generally increased. And this is two of the things I want to continue to do. The societies themselves, through the help of Natalie, have flourished. But of course, we have to maintain clarity in the student union for the officers' roles. I think this is generally a difficult part because we have the scrutiny group. And of course, many students have access to the feedback from that scrutiny group, but of course do not know how to access it or know that they can access it. This is something I want to make clearer. I want to introduce easy access points within the uni so that you can just type in the tablet the scrutiny board, and in the university itself it would just show the information up. I want to create a forum which would have questions which are answered and which are commonly asked. I want to make it so that every student can see what is going on easily, efficiently, and this applies to every single campus because we all are in this together and we all need to work together to improve the uni. And only by working together can we do this. I feel that by me being placed in charge, yes, I am struggling with speaking, of course, but I'm an engineer in my course, and I solve problems. And as you can tell, there are problems in the university, in the student union, and I wish to improve them and fix them.
Leon, thank you very much for that. Well, we will be moving on in a second to some more tweets we've had in, but obviously please do keep them coming in to @BCUSU, #LeadBCUSU, and of course you can follow our stream and put any any questions you want answering through to our Birmingham City University Facebook page. So go on to the tweets in a minute, but do we have any questions from our studio audience? The lady in the front row there, please.
As you know, a part of the role of VP development is to increase employability, and as you know, the Students' Union employs a lot of student staff in our shops and our bars. You might also know that we're a not-for-profit organisation, so any money that's been made in our bars and our shops plugs straight back into supporting all the wonderful society's activities. So I currently have a situation. The campus shop this actually happened, by the way. So it's employing 3 members of student staff because of wanting to make sure students get the opportunity. We, as a student union, have really tried to advertise it, and we received 300 applications, but we can only employ 3 students. We were trying to ask the shop managers to give feedback to the students who were unsuccessful in the job. However, that would take up a lot of their time and will have an impact on the profit or the sales of the bar or the shop that particular day. And that leads to less money being made in the shops and the bar and less money going back into the student activities. So how would you solve this situation if you were in the role? Am I making any sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
That's great, thank you. And we also have a question here from the lady in the row behind you. If you could.
Sorry. So basically, I've been here for 2 years. When I first joined, I wanted to join some sports teams, and we got told that. So I was mainly interested in the netball team, and we got told that it was full to start with, and it was at the Curzon building, and we would have to get there, and it was a certain time schedule of a week that we couldn't make because we had placements. After that, it was basically that was it, and there was another team as well that some of my friends tried to join, and after that, I've never seen anything around campus, never really heard of anything to do with any societies, sports, literally nothing. Probably partially my own responsibility as well, not pushing it further. But I think in general, you've all said you're going to make a change with that and kind of get yourselves out there. But how are you actually going to do that?
May I take the lead on that one?
Second.
May I respond to that one?
Of course you can, Lavona, yes.
All right. So basically, our sports department, BCU Sport, have worked with university to create a new sports hall here in City South campus. You might have seen it, like it's just there in the new building. And I've worked with them as a BCU Active coordinator to actually move along some of the sports sessions to be here so that we could have the sports campus, the South campus engaged as much as the city center campus and all of the other. So currently we've got our netball sessions here on Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. So if you're interested, you could go ahead and join it. It's a development team, so you don't need to have any skills. You can just go and join. And it's not just netball. There dodgeball, there is female fitness, and loads of different options. So after BCU Active finishes in March, if I'm being elected for next year's VP development, I'd like to keep that. I'd like to work closely with BCU Sport to actually keep these development and social sessions so that students can actually get involved in a sport that they haven't been familiar with before, or simply because they didn't go successful on trials, they could still try to develop the skills, because I think it's really, really important you get the most out of university. And I've watched people in my own team, because I'm the captain of the volleyball team, so I've watched people in my own team starting from zero in first year, and at the moment are one of the best players in my team. So I think that university should keep supporting people to try and do that. In terms with societies, because obviously, like societies, they decide where to have their meetings. It's not just a regular place like a sports hall. They could change, they could vary. So in terms with that, I'll try to simply encourage them, the society leaders, to actually have some of their sessions throughout the various campuses, because in the end of the day, as you said, it's not just the city center campus, and hopefully we'll have a positive change to engage every single student.
Thank you very much for that one. I do believe, actually, because obviously I had these number of tweets that have come in here at the same time and answering the questions on this one. Natalie, you mentioned, I don't know if you actually got an answer, did you, there, for when you answered the question earlier? I can't remember if anyone did, actually, now. I have to apologise about this one. So would you be kind enough to just repeat what you're about to ask there?
The campus shop is recruiting for student staff, and as VP development, it's your job to increase. So the campus shop is now, or the bar is recruiting for student staff, and as VP development is out, well, it's your job to increase students' employability, to make sure students know about the opportunity. There were 3 positions available, and there are 300 applications. So obviously, only 3 can be successful. However, on the other side, because the union is, we've got the commercial side of the union that gets in all the money. So any money that gets from that bar or the campus shop plugs straight back into societies and sports. Does that make sense? So basically, we need to maintain the profit of the bar and shop. In order for the manager of the shop or the bar to give feedback to 297 students who were unsuccessful in applying for a job to increase their employability, we're going to lose out on business in the shop and the bar and lose out on money. So how do you strive a balance? How would you resolve this if it was you?
Okay, Sadiqa, would you like to answer that one, did you say?
With that, because obviously if you're just having one person who's going through all of the applications, like I don't think it is one person, isn't it? Like don't the applications go through a group of a couple of people, like that go through them? Because I assume that's what I've heard for one of the jobs. But if there is, then surely you could have, even if you like got some volunteers or someone who can talk through with whoever's going through the jobs, so that they can make notes for them as well, and maybe make notes on, say, why this application is successful, why it isn't successful, and then have those volunteers kind of respond back to the students who weren't successful. Just because I know that sometimes if you don't get a response back, then that can be quite not just disheartening. It's like you're not sure what's going on, because there's obviously,
Okay, thank you very much. Well, we obviously need to move on to the next questions I've had in now. And there's a number of tweets that have just come in, actually, in the last sort of 10 minutes or so. We've actually got quite a few now. One of them is from, one of the candidates from earlier on, actually. Arnett Swain has tweeted in. What do you think is the most important need for developing students, and how can you meet this need? We'll ask you yourself to start off with that one, Leon, please.
Interesting question. So one of the main things for any student is where they're going to go in the future, and that goes on to their employability. Their employability, we have a numerous team involved in the university itself, in the employability office, and the Graduate Plus scheme would also be a very good place to start with that. So besides from the enjoyable sides of things, you have to learn how to be employable. You have to learn how to write and prepare for an interview, which is a very difficult skill to learn. But there are ways to learn to do that. I, as running for VP Student Development, wanting to create a place and sessions for learning how to public speak, which would be very helpful to many students, because it's something we all struggle with, especially when completely unprepared for certain questions which might come up. We all want to do better. We all want to be employed. We all want to be number one. We all want to be the best. But that's only okay and good if we can do that through the help of the university itself. And to that end, I want to create those public speaking classes, as well as ways to develop your abilities for that employability.
Leon, thank you very much. And then moving on to yourself there, Ivona.
Development as a term it consists of progress, of persistence and hard work. However, we can't develop just one aspect of ourselves. We need to develop as a whole. In my opinion, students develop not only throughout their course time, they develop throughout the extracurricular activities they do in university. As a student development officer, I would like to create a centralized platform where students can be aware of all the opportunities, volunteering, internships, placements, all of that. Natalie has already been working on some of that, and I would like to continue her good work and actually have everything at one place so people know where to start looking at, because I know it could be quite time consuming if you have to look into different resources and try to find out where is what. We have great opportunities in university, but they're just all over the place for real, and we can't find them, or we simply cannot find the right one for ourselves. Volunteering can develop your life skills, can make you more confident and aware of who you really are. As a person, you grow by actually finding your strengths and weaknesses, and with extracurricular activities, this is what you do. It's not only about the societies and sports teams. Yes, this helps you shape your character. It helps you find out what's within you, your inner talents. And it's really, really important. I would encourage that throughout my, if I get elected, of course. But it's also important to focus on life skills and employability. And this is how students will develop, in my opinion. So I'd work on
Thank you very much there. Okay, need to move on then now to Benita. So can you,
Can you repeat the question?
I'll say, do you want me to repeat that for you? Yes. Okay, it was saying, a tweet here from Arnett Swain, what do you think is the most important need for developing students, and how can you meet this need?
The greatest need for developing students is employability. We all want good jobs. We all want to go to somewhere where we are appreciated, where we know we didn't use all our time to study and didn't get the job we wanted. So a BCU already has a lot of places you could go to get for employability. Graduate Plus Week is starting soon in March, and there are lots, 75 I think, activities there that will help you with your career prospects, that will help you with your CV, that will help you there are even volunteering opportunities there in Graduate Plus Week. There's also the volunteering page in BCUSU where you could sign up to volunteer, and you will receive emails from the team. You will receive emails on volunteering activities, and you can also log in your time in Graduate Plus and the Standout Award, where you could get awarded for your you get awards for your time spent, and it's also proof to your to prospective employers that you've done this, and it's not, I'm not lying to you, I have done this. This is the proof that I have done this. So I believe some students, I would say that I didn't know this existed in my first year. It's my second year that actually found out these things existed. So I also want to say we need to spread awareness for students, help them know, like they've said before, a centralized place, not just scattered throughout the website, BCU websites and the BCUSU website. We need it in a place where you could just go and find everything you want. The Get Involved page is good, but we need more details in it. We need the manpower page in there too, so people will know how to sign up for jobs too, and develop themselves and grow and make connections. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Benita. And finally on to yourself, Sadiqa.
Well, I don't think, like Ivana said, it's not just one thing that you need to focus on when you want to develop. It's like lots of little things that will help to build us all into like more well-rounded people. So there's like looking at employability, looking at volunteering and looking at joining sports teams and societies, all of that is what helps you to develop, because you're not just going to look into one aspect of your life at university. It's, you know,
Everything as a whole.
Everything basically. So I'd obviously be looking just to help improve every single one of those aspects, to help make, and I think a lot of it is that a lot of students aren't aware of what's available and what can help them to develop, and how much the SU can actually support them into developing and becoming, more well-rounded. So I think it's a case of, as well, like putting it out there what's available and finding different streams of putting that information across, and not just on the website, and not just because I think a lot more people are using Facebook and Instagram and stuff, so maybe like put a lot more information on those things as well.
Brilliant. And thanks very much for that one there. Okay, the final word there, obviously, from Sadiqa on that question we had in from Arnett Swain. I say we had a couple more tweets that have come in. Obviously, I need to go through these fairly swiftly now. So if I can just go over to yourself again, Leon, please. One here from Kathy Zowa-Byra. She says, how will you develop relationships between international and EU home students? If we've got, say, 30 seconds on that one.
So that's very interesting. I thought we were already doing that. At the moment, we have fairs going from the societies which apply inclusiveness, which I thought were bonding people together, from the EU, from not the EU, from international students all across the world. How would I increase that more? I would probably propose that we include it more times in the year. We have those societies come out of where they usually reside and go about all the other campuses, because we mainly just see them in the main Curzon building. Today, for instance, I saw them participating, and on Friday they were participating, handing out food of their various countries, and that's something that they could do at the other campuses as well. We could do joint society sessions and International Relations Week.
Good inclusion project there by the sounds of it, definitely. Okay, so Ivona, your thoughts on that one, please.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to bring back International Orientation Week, because I really believe that this was the starting point of for international and EU students actually bonding together. This week offered great range of activities where people could find friends, because when you first come in a different country, you're scared, you don't have friends, you feel alone, and this is what actually helps you settle down. I was the student one day, and this week really helped me. In my second year, I volunteered, and I saw so many happy faces there. I saw so many friendships being made, and these people are still friends today. I would like to join the Welcome Week and the International Week together, so that actually international students can find fellows from UK as well, and the EU and everywhere. However, I'd like to keep the activities that we're going throughout International Week, because they were really, really important. Second of all, I'd like to make an international festival as an annual event. Andrea, our current international officer, together with our president of the SU, Jasprit, made an international festival which was amazing. It was last week, and it brought so many different cultures together. We all got to know different things about each other, things you probably never actually sit down and read in Wikipedia and all of that. So I would like to sustain that, to be an annual event, so that we could all come together and be one whole family.
Thank you, Ivona. And over to yourself, Benita.
I started BCU from Foundation, and in Foundation they have International Student Day, where you come dressed in your traditional garbs and you celebrate with your friends. You eat your food, you dance, you play your traditional music, you play your traditional games in uni. So I would like to bring that here to people, because there are a lot more people here than there were in Foundation, and we need to know each other. The way I found my international friends was during the Welcome Week. Yeah, that's good, but it's not enough. It's not enough to bring people together. So an international day where we celebrate together, not just a few days during the week, different weeks, because some people are really busy, so we walk past them, we go home and we don't talk to them, we don't see them. So an international day where everyone is together, where everything is happening that same day, will bring more people together, will bring more friends together, and we'll make friends, we'll make connections. And also the societies, there are different societies, so organize a day where they meet and they talk about their culture, they educate each other on what is happening in their various societies. I think that would be good, that would bring more international students together. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that one. And to yourself, Sadiqa.
Well, obviously, I don't know what is actually currently offered for international students, but I think if there's if we can hold some more events to bring everyone together, so that everyone can kind of come together to one space and be in the same kind of spot, so that they know so they know that they're not alone, and also kind of I don't know, I don't know if there's any buddy system or something where you can, if people put down their preferences of societies or sports teams or something that they're interested in, but they're kind of a bit wary of going to because they're new to the country and they're kind of new to the whole, being here, then if there's a buddy system, then they can get to know someone from the leadership teams of those societies, and then they can kind of get eased into it, sort of thing.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for that one, Sadiqa. Well, obviously, we're coming pretty much towards the end now. We do have time, though, for one final tweet. Obviously, I'd love to be able to read them all out, but there's one here which I think I'd like to pose to the four of you. We'll start off with yourself with this one, Leon. It's from Kathy Zoe Byra again. She says, how have you personally engaged with the SU, and what would you do to work on mental health?
Currently, I've been involved in the SU in a number of ways. I'm the treasurer of Tabletop Gaming Society, and I have participated in a number of other societies throughout my 2 years that I've so far been here. But it's difficult, mental health. It's one of those issues which is close to everyone personally. It's something which you don't want to talk about, but you also do want to sort out for yourself. So it's just really offering people and giving people the space and the understanding that you want, and you have the opportunity and the place that they can get help and they can have help. And if they are having certain issues, that they will be supported through them. The university is here to help, the student union is here to help, and this is something which we can all work on together. Currently, it's a difficulty to deal with mental health in everybody's personal life, and I feel that we just need to be understanding and thoughtful about everyone and their own issues.
Leon, thank you. And yourself, Ivona.
How am I involved with the Students' Union? As I mentioned, I've been involved since my first year in university. Firstly, I was a volunteer in the International Orientation Week. I was a meet and greet buddy. Afterwards, I started the first volleyball team of university, and I helped them grow and reach from a mixed social development team to currently competing in the British University and College League and holding the top of the league. I've been re-elected captain for 2 years in a row, and I'm currently the president of the Bulgarian Society, where I always try to help Bulgarian people and everyone that comes here and try to find opportunities, make them aware of what's going on in university, how they can have a better life in here, and also still have their culture within. I've been a BCU Active Activator last year, and I helped many semi-sport students to actually get into sport, to meet new friends, and feel better about themselves in university life. And after my successful role for that, I was promoted to being the BCU Active Coordinator, and I still currently am. And this gave me an insight of how actually both people think, what it's like to be part of the SU as a staff member and what it's like to be a student that actually demands something. It's much harder than it seems, and you cannot always make everyone happy, but I've I've done my best so far to actually meet everybody's needs, and I'd like to continue doing that. In terms with mental health, we've got the big white wall, who everybody could sign up for, and simply take out everything they have in their minds anonymously. Nobody needs to know who you are, what you need to actually say. You just let it out. That's what helps me when I'm feeling down. I'm just right. And I think that this should be something the students actually use in their everyday life, because university life is really, really stressful. And the mental health issues are actually something that we don't really talk about, as Liam said. It's very, very difficult topic, and it's kind of a taboo, and it shouldn't be, because we're all the same. We all meet this at some point of our lives. And I'd like to say that I'll be there to help. I'm currently here to help as well. So whoever needs any support, I'll be there to help. But in terms with my role, what I could actually do to influence that, to be better, is give mental health training to every group leader, every student group leader, sports teams, societies, so that they could actually be aware to identify if any of their members have this issue and just try to gently cope with it. That's it.
Ivona, thank you very much. And Benita?
I've been involved with this Uni Welcome Week. As I said before, I didn't know anything was happening in my first year of university, so I didn't do much. But my second year and my final year now, I have volunteered with not only BCUSU. I have helped my faculty. I have helped lecturers on their own with surveys, with questionnaires, asking students how they feel and taking their feedback from them. So I feel it's that's the same I will do for you in your as your VP student development. I will help you. I will help you engage with your staff members, with staff members too, with your other executive officers. And as far as mental health, BCU has its own counseling center where you could go to for help. You don't need to wait until you're down on the ground and you can't get back up. If you have an issue, if you need someone to talk to, they are always there for you to talk to. Your executive officers are here to talk to. So you could go there. It's easy to sign up. It's easy to sign up. You could go to the Ask Desk and talk to someone that you want to talk to, a counselor, and they will send you a link for it. And it's easy. You could set your times according to when you're free. So you could meet someone, you could talk to them. We need to create an awareness week. I think that's already in place, but we need to make it more popular, more so people will know it's not just for crazy people. So people know it's not just for crazy people. It's for when you're feeling, even though you're just feeling down, you're feeling depressed, people need to know these signs. They need to know how to watch out for these signs for their friends and for themselves. So they know how to pick the signals up, not to just discover your friend down and dropping out of school. We need to be here for each other. This is a community. We need to stand by each other and protect each other from issues that we could stop before they start becoming really bad. Thank you.
Benita, thanks very much. And we're going to wrap up now then with Sadiqa.
So last year I was women's hockey's media sec, and this year I'm their vice president. So with hockey, we try and take part in a lot of the activities that the SU offer. Like I think it was last week was they had a catwalk with a My Body, My Choice, and we went and supported that, which was really good. And with the mental health issues, that's something that's really important to me. I think there are a lot of things that the SU do offer and can offer, but it's just that it's another one of those things where it's not really made clear what there is to offer. Like I know there is a counselling thing, like you said, but it isn't easy to find and it isn't easy to sign up for. And especially if you're not in the correct mental state, then looking for those things sometimes isn't the easiest thing, and it's not going to be something that you want to just, search for and sign up for. But I think that if I was elected into this position, then I could look into making that a lot easier, making it easier for people to help their friends as well, and to signpost them, and to kind of, I think, obviously there are things that have been done, but there's a lot more that needs to be done and needs to be looked into, because this is such an important thing.
Sadiqa, thank you very much there. Well, of course, that is the end now of this particular election. Well, in terms of obviously them pitching themselves, but of course, do actually look on the BCUSU.com website for more details about their respective manifestos. So we'd like to say a thank you to them all today, to Leon Rendell, to Ivona Hajiska, Benita Sampson and Sadiqa Chowdhury. Thank you very much, everyone.